Good evening, everyone. I'm P. Shravan Kumar, the founder and CEO of SK Associates and Group, and your host for today's conference 1.3 on emerging trends in innovative entrepreneurship. I would like to request all my fellow speakers and attendees to switch on your webcams and stay on video throughout the conference. I'd also like to inform you all that the HRM is conducting opinion polls via the chat box. Kindly actively participate in the same. Now, I would like to give a quick introduction of all our guests for the third session of Conference 1.3. Firstly, I would like to introduce Mr. Sunny NZ, who is a Canadian citizen who was born in Malaysia and spent much of his adult life in Shenzhen, China. He has participated in several international project negotiations and has successfully built a work team for various major projects located in China, Saudi Arabia, Ghana, Singapore, Saskatchewan, Prince Edward Island, and Canada. Sunny is the founder and president of Omega Consulting Shenzhen Company Limited from April 1st, 2004 to present, and has currently successfully placed more than $80 Canadian dollars through FIIP, Federal Immigration Investor Program, and QIIP, Quebec Immigration Investor Program, and more than 100 million Hong Kong dollars to Hong Kong CIS program. He's creating immigration programs that cater to the needs of different potential immigrants and is currently in negotiation with several countries on citizenship by investment. Sunny has previously represented HSBC Capital, Nova Agency Quebec for Montreal Trust, Computershare Trust, and instrumental in the creation of PEI Equity Alliance for the immigration program, financial intermediary for Prince Edward Island for a total investment placement estimated to be more than 200 million Canadian dollars. Next, we have Mr. Amar Imad, an Egyptian bilingual lawyer, CEO of UDEP, and legal technology specialist. Amar was interested in entrepreneurship since school days, and he gained a lot of leadership positions after he finished college. And he started to work as a bilingual lawyer on many cases related to share contracts, civil laws, criminal laws, family laws, and corporate laws. After 2 years of obtaining the bachelor's degree in law from BNS University, he launched UEDP, which is an initiative that provides legal, development, and peace-building services to individuals, foundations, and companies. Amar's passion in technology led him to study computer science as a bachelor's degree, wherein he provides legal tech services as a specialist for law firms and legal practitioners, such as automating chatbots, legal research platforms, legal administration systems, legal AI, smart contracts, etc. He has also pursued a diploma in marketing from the American University in Cairo, Egypt. Next, we have Mr. Yash Sanghvi, who is the founder and CEO of Career Incubator, who is a Generation Z entrepreneur and a versatile business leader, bringing 6 years of experience as an accomplished business strategist. Being a strategic problem solver, change manager, and visionary executor with success implementing plans to meet current and future needs, his field of key expertise is the education industry. He likes to call himself an innovator and aims to be a philanthropist. Currently, Mr. Sanghvi is working on something that aims to leave a mark in the career management industry in India, and motivating people and impacting their lives through his work is what brings him joy. Next, we have Mr. Pradeep Sahu, who is heading HR and training for 1.5 decades in BFSI, retail, ITS industries. He is also driving change management, customized EVP, employer branding, HR automation, leadership hiring, and being a thought leader at business schools and industry forums. Mr. Sahu is currently the CHRO of Pragati Finserv Private Limited and an advisor to the Sterling Committee at the board at Bank of India. He has pursued his MA in Personal Management and Labour Welfare along with his LLB from Utkal University and has successfully qualified NET. Last but not the least, we have Dr. Sabyasachi Behra, who is an assistant professor of law and a PhD scholar at Sambalpur University, Orissa. He has pursued his bachelor's in commerce in law and his master's in law from Behrampur University, Orissa. He has also qualified NET and is a practicing advocate at Sambalpur. Mr. Bahira is experienced in consumer protection and real estate matters at the Judiciary of Orissa and has successfully published multiple research papers in reputed journals. Now I would like to request all my fellow speakers and attendees again to kindly switch on your webcams. It would be quite cooperative. I would also like to invite Advocate Riddhi Bhanushali from the Mumbai High Court to proceed. Thank you.
Greetings everyone. I'm Advocate Riddhi Bhanushali, the Chief Strategic Alliance Advisor.
Riddhi, your video. Yeah.
Hello. Am I audible?
You're audible.
Okay, fine. Greetings everyone. I'm Advocate Riddhi Bhanushali, the Chief Strategic Alliance Advisor of SK Associates and Group, and Shravan's co-host for today. I would like to request all the guests and attendees to kindly switch on your webcams during the conference. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Sunny NG, founder and president of Omega Consulting, to commence his speech.
Hi, good evening, everyone. It was good morning here in Canada. You have your dinner. I haven't had my breakfast yet. Okay, anyway, I'm glad and honored to be invited by the host and the co-host to give a speech here. Well, I want to start. How am I going to start here? Well, I would say that let me start by current, and then we'll go back to where I came from. Is that okay? Currently, just as of yesterday, I'm working on an EP5 program for US. We are going to today. I'm going to have a meeting going to raise 150 million US dollar for the EP5 program. We don't put out a single cent of that, right? So, how I came to today is I don't have a silver spoon in my mouth when I'm born. I'm not as lucky as many of you here that have a high education, go out education, and all that. What I have today may be the most expensive education I ever had. My certificate is too expensive. From 1 million making loss, from 10 million making loss, 100 million lost everything. Okay, so my advice to the younger generation: get your education as a foundation for your future. Next is to make sure that you know your country well. Because if you don't know your country well, how are you going to explain to people? Like, for example, how many of you folks have really visited Taj Mahal? The panel? Have you visited Taj Mahal? No, many have yet. All right. How are you going to ask people to trust you when you don't even know your country? Don't go to international right now. You don't even know your country. How can you know other international country? All right. So the first thing when I started very humbly. I carry my bag after I graduate from high school. I carry my bag knapsack. I travel with $70 in Singapore. It's from Malaysia to Singapore. $70 only. All right. And I didn't know how I make it in that time that I go to Singapore. Where am I going to stay? So I stay in a very shabby room. And then I can stay there for 2 weeks because I do washing dishes and all that. And then I visited the country all the time. That started my journey to travel internationally. I have traveled to Singapore, to all of Southeast Asia. There's about 400 cities in China that I have visited. I have traveled, except India, to most of the and South Atlantica, most of the country in the world. And most of the country I not just visited. I go and make friends. I don't care whether they are the swimming pool, janitor, president, or whatever. They are friends. All right. There is no job that is shameful as long as you do not steal. All right. You have to start somewhere. People have to start somewhere. So when I started, I took a lot of side education myself. Like I got I had a diploma for traveling because I know that by going IATA in travel service, I only pay 10% of the ticket fee. This make me travel. All right. So in doing business, in doing anything, working hard is not just a solution. It's working smart. You have to work very smart. All right. How you work smart? Learn from other people's mistakes. Because by learning from other people's mistakes, you will never repeat the same mistake again. And that is a shortcut to many of your success. Because our life is short in this world. Maximum, maybe 100 years old, if we can live through that. All right. How many days of that? 35,000 days. Calculate yourself. How many days you left in this world? The 80 is 30,000 days. You already live half of your life. And another half you sleep. All right. You only have 15,000 days. So what are you going to do? You have to work very smart. Very, very smart. When I started, I go to China. One thing that get me into this business is entrepreneur. I only work for people 2 years in my life of 45 years. In 2 years only. The rest is I own my business. I found my business. All right. How are they going to do? First, the integrity. You have to maintain your own integrity, your honesty, and your personality. That will raise you up when you fall. Do not think that there's no enemy in business. In any business, there's always enemies. How is the enemy is good or not? You define it. If you're not good, don't make the enemy even worse for you. Just walk away. Because in all business, the hardest in business is to find a partner. I'm sure many of you are aware of that, right? Finding a partner is more difficult than finding a wife. The wife, you just, okay, sign, okay, bye-bye. Half is yours, half is mine. I go my way. Partner, no. As long as he didn't sign anything, he left, he disappeared, you are hooked with him for life. This is the advice from a friend of mine who is a multi-billionaire, one of the richest men in Saudi Arabia. He says, Sonny, one thing I let you know, don't just go into partnership with anyone. Make sure you know that person well, because a partner is worse than a wife if it is to go bad. All right. So eventually, when I have an opportunity in Canada, they started some Chinese coming over. I never know any. I never been to India. Sorry, I mean next time I will visit India. When there's some Chinese who want to procure something, and he was going to a situation. He does not speak English, and he had paid for some product which is about 200,000 Canadian at the time. Talking about 20-some years ago. And he couldn't get the goods delivered to him. So eventually I found him. He found me. How he found me? Because I know that when I just came to Canada 20-some years ago, 30 years ago, nobody hired. I go back. So eventually I become, the best thing is to get sales. Life insurance sales. Life insurance sales is the most difficult sales in the world. Because when you sell something that people doesn't need, when he doesn't need, have it. So, and then this person found me in the life insurance. Eventually, I helped him settle the 200,000 debt by delivering the product. And I carry on with my life insurance. Believe that or not, I came to Canada without knowing anyone. But I was, in the 2 years' time, I become the top in Canada, 4,800 people, the top sales, the third, number 3. And my commission started in Canada at the time was 280,000. Consider that at the time a house is only 75,000 in Canada. So we have to understand the best way to get yourself out of debt is no career better than sales. With your integrity, with your honesty and all that, you get yourself out of the hole very fast. So eventually, why I got that? Because the person I helped eventually told all his friends. And all his friends, I was in insurance, in the life insurance company. I was sitting in my office, people come to me and just sign up. So no question asked. Can you believe that? It may be a miracle to you, but it has happened to me. Eventually, this person asked me to go to China. And then after a while, he passed away. And I was rolling into China. And I didn't know. So what I know is they are different. People like to go schooling, get education outside of China. Like India, a lot of people go to USA, right? A lot of people go to England, right? So I decided to help a few people. I helped them with no cost. Eventually, that propelled me into the business. When I say, oh, okay, if you come to Canada, you study as a foreign student, it's 5 times the cost of local student. So eventually, what I do, I say, okay, you have 2 kids, right? $10,000 a year is as a local is 50,000 for a foreigner. 2 kids is 100,000. So I create a program that if they pay 150,000, they get immigrant to Canada, the whole family. And if the whole family immigrate to Canada, the kids become local. So they save and they make money from investing in my program. So I create a trend in China. People in China started to immigrate. I created a trend. In 1 year, in the first 3 years, 2004 to 2007, I have 800 clients immigrate. Consider 10,800 clients. How much is that? Hey, when the bank manager, the bank president come and say, okay, this is where you invest. Okay, but then, as I say, a partner is very important. Very important. And 2 of my partner, I just trusted with my life, took all my money from the account. Well, I can tell you that was the worst moment. That's the worst moment in life. Your account is completely empty, because you entrusted them to sign the check, the account, right? And then they empty the coffer. So eventually, I have to go to ground zero again. So how are you going to get ground zero and come up? Because of the integrity and honesty and the work that I've been performing, I'm performing good. Out of all the applicants, none of my clients have been refused to Canada. None. None refused in Singapore. None refused in Hong Kong. Because I do it diligently. I do it wholeheartedly. Now, with all my effort put in, I make sure that I have a good team. When a good team, you don't look at who they are. As long as they can do the job, as long as they are entirely work for you, share with them. Share with them all the profit. You do not have to pay them a salary. Okay, let's say profit $100. You mark it to different level. This is yours. This is the other one. This is supervisor and manager. So one after another level will make sure the next level will work hard, will deliver. If you're just giving salary, Well, I mean, 5 o'clock. All right, time for me to see to go for happy hour. Don't do that. Try to rationalize with them. If that person willing to take the risk of no security blanket off a paid day, all right, he is an entrepreneur. He is somebody that you can work with. But work with, you have certain time to trust him. Make sure your paperwork are good. Entrepreneur is very painful, long and winding road. Don't just say, okay, I want to be an entrepreneur. There's no such thing as easy. Never easy in business. Never easy in life. They have to understand, no matter what you do, don't think how to get rich fast. That is a taboo. How to do things, finish it nicely, because financial, the money come at end of everything. At end, what you have finished, people pay you. If you do it nicely, people double pay you. People are afraid, your customer will afraid you are not going to do it for them. Because the other person, the next person may not be that dependable. So now I'm on my venture to a 150 million US program. And today is a signing of the program deal. So I'm glad that everybody here take the time to listen to my story, and then hope that I can give some insight to you folks and get you folks motivated a little bit. Never fear, except fear yourself. T.D. Roosevelt say that. All right. What your mind conceives, it can be achieved. Napoleon Hill say that. If you want to know how to be a good salesman, read storybook, The Greatest Salesman in the World, all right, by Og Mandino. It's a very good motivation book. And then you want to know that you get into, if you are down, and if you are down and out, read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. You will get out of the hole very fast. Don't think of, I cut my school and then I want to go into blah, 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 blah. Get somebody to teach you. Get somebody to help you avoid any adversity, any downfall. So the foundation of everything is have to help by taking care of others.
Mr. Sunny, actually, your speech and story both were quite good. And the point that you said, we must not actually aim to be billionaires at the front, but we must aim to actually create an impact and do whatever we are doing and finish it at the end. That's actually quite interesting, because the youth always has that taboo in the mind that entrepreneurship is all about money. Now, actually, it's about community impact and creating business and providing business at the first, and then it's about money. That's how it goes. Okay, so would you like to, share any of your experiences where you actually, tried and at last to achieve it after 2 to 3 attempts?
Well, I mean, I would say that I wouldn't say anything successful. A successful man only can be considered when he passed away. He's no longer here, right? Even Elon Musk, all right, can be said tomorrow he will lost everything, right? As long as he's alive, he's had that danger. He had that danger of he's losing everything. Like Charles Schwab, the man who create just U.S. Steel. He make a lot of money, a couple hundred million, by forming U.S. Steel in USA at the time. Now, and then Charles Schwab, but he died very poorly, no money. You see, even Nikola Tesla, inventor, a lot of money when he alive. He died, no money, no penny. not a penny on his name. So we have to say that, I will say that I want to give more time to the other speaker to speak. Otherwise, I would jam too much of your time. Yeah. Hope I can give some insight. You get some insight from me.
Great. I would like to request the audience to put forward the questions, if any. Yeah,
So can I ask?
definitely.
So
Yeah.
can you please suggest some books names? You said that there is some books which can be motivated, and according
Okay.
to you, which books is great? Yeah.
The best book for motivation is Napoleon Hill. Okay. Napoleon Hill
Yeah.
is it's a very old book. It's called Think and Grow Rich. All right. And then these two books, I would say that you don't have to read any other books. And this is The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino, Ogmadino, Medino. And then this teach you how a person who sell carpet, eventually, he go everywhere, he get refused, rejection and rejection. How his master keep asking him to go back and go back and go back. Eventually, he make it to the best. He sell to a person who is selling carpet. A carpet person selling to a carpet person. It is a very interesting book. You will not leave it down. Once you started it, you will continue and read it. You will continue
Okay.
finishing it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. and Sunny, if you can share your email ID in the chat box for the students to mail you for any queries if they have any for them.
Yeah, I mean, if they have any query, sure.
Definitely. Riddhi?
Yeah. I would like to thank Mr. Sunny NG for his wonderful speech and request the attendees to put their queries on the email, if any. Now, I would like to invite Mr. AMR Ahmad, CEO of UDEP from Egypt, to commence his speech.
I just want to start my words with the primary greeting of Egypt. Peace upon you. Firstly, I'm sorry for not turning on the camera because I need to share with you a presentation. And we have a little bit bad connection here in Egypt, so my voice will be interrupted. So just a second to start my presentation with you. Does my voice clear and the presentation with you?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, great. So the presentation now is clear.
Good.
Yeah, great. So we are going to speak about the innovation or the innovative technology inside the legal industry. How the technology streamlines our working as a lawyer or as a legal practitioners. We are going to speak about three main elements. The first one is legal technology, and the second one is law tech, and the third one is tech law. The first one, legal tech. Legal tech, it's almost about involving a technology solution and innovative technology solutions inside the legal sector for what? Just for provide, for streamline the lawyer's works. And for example, or for instance, about that e-discovery or electronic discovery, legal AI or legal artificial intelligence, machine learning, documents review, and so on. And also law tech is almost about involving innovative technology solutions in the legal sector too. But for what? Just for provide law solutions for clients. So the main difference between legal tech and law tech is the legal tech is a software provides legal or technology solutions for lawyers, and law tech provide software provides tech solutions to in law for clients. So legal tech for lawyers and law tech for clients. And actually, to be honest, there are diverse opinions, diverse groups of opinions about legal tech and law tech in UK and United States of America and Australia and so on. We are not. Let's to get into the second one because we have just 15 minutes and we need to illustrate some main points. And the tech law is almost about the regulations and private agreements which concerning about arranging the use of technology itself. We will start with tech law. So what does tech law means? What does tech law mean? It means the regulations that we said and the private agreements which concerning to use technology in our life. And it's also have five main elements, which they are commercial technology and cybersecurity, data protection, digital media, outsourcing. We will say some briefs about every one of each one of them. Commercial technology, in general, it's the use of technology in the commercial marketplace. The first one this term has appeared. It was in the USA, the United States of America, especially in the DOE. And also we have the second thing is cybersecurity. And cybersecurity has many definitions, different groups of definitions actually. And now I have two main definitions that I'm going to illustrate them for you. The first one, we can consider the cybersecurity is the protection of internet connected systems such as hardware or software and data from what? From cyber threats. And also we have another definition which is practicing defending computers, servers, mobile devices, electronic systems, networks, and data from malicious attacks. And we have 6 categories for cybersecurity as it's known. The first one is operational security, and the second one is disaster recovery and business continuity, and third one is network security, the fourth one is application security, and the fifth one is information security, and the sixth one is end user education. And by the way, we have to reconsider the end user education important as much as the past 5 elements. If we look to the Uber's attacks, cyber attacks which happened one day ago. So it was an fault from one of its engineers. So it's almost about end user education. And we have also data protection, the fourth one. Data protection is it's almost about the process of protecting data and involving these data, the relationship between the collection and dissemination of data for both integrity, business and individually. Okay, we just take some insights about each one of them to know the role of the innovative technology inside the legal industry itself. And also we have digital media, and we can consider that digital media is everything around us, such as mobile apps, blogs, SMS, emails, social medias, websites, TV, radios, and so on. It's almost about everything from the digital media surrounding us. And also we have the last one in the tech law, which is outsourcing. And once we say outsourcing, we have to consider it's about moving the responsibility inside from the company itself, inside a department, inside the company itself, to another entity for the sake of saving the costs and also make the task or make the task more efficiently. And because they are specialists, they are specialized in such this stuff. And also we have low tech. Low tech in general, it means, as we said, it's the solution, the use of innovative technology solutions inside the legal industry for the purpose of providing law solutions for clients themselves. Okay, so we have many types or many examples about low tech, but we are going to take 2 main elements about low tech. The first one is legal chatbots, and the second one is online legal marketplaces. We are going to take some insights about legal chatbots. Legal chatbots, we have 2 kinds of legal chatbots. The first one, working with legal artificial intelligence, and the second one is working without legal artificial intelligence. And also we have a kind that we use to make it provide some solutions for clients themselves, such as booking appointments or direct the clients themselves to the right department inside the law firm, or answering some basic questions, for instance, and so on. And another one is for lawyers, which aim to help and support junior lawyers in understanding the process of the law firm itself or the operation inside the law firm to answer the questions and so on. We have for the has a remarkable success in the legal industry. The first one in Norton Rose Fulbright. Fulbright is a remarkable law firm in Australia. And it developed a legal chatbot. The legal chatbot was considered more to change, to dealing with the changes to the data protection legislations. And this bot could to gain $15,000 of business within its first 24 hours. So we can consider it's like you have a new access for a new slide or for a new segment in this industry, which as we know, the legal service is very costly. So legal chatbots can have access to the segment which cannot afford the costs of the legal services. So we got a new access, a new chance to get some business from this segment. And another example is Irelia in Australia too, which offer small business a basic kind of service. Actually, the first one is a basic legal advice, and it's for free. And the second one is being subscribed, and also it gives us some legal appointments or documents, checking documents, and so on. Or you can plummet more and more inside this legal industry by such area or the legal chatbot, which has been developed by Fulbright. And also we have online legal marketplaces. To make it easy, we can say that online legal marketplaces, it's almost about like Amazon and also Alibaba and so on. It's just an online marketplace, but just for legal industry or for the legal sector, which there you can find some legal softwares, or even hunting a legal practitioner, or for legal documents, or for any certain matters related to the legal sector. And we have also three main examples for that. We have App Councils. App Council, it's a startup which has established in San Francisco in the United States of America in 2012, and it has been funded by $30 million. And also we have Legal.io. Legal.io, as we said, it's a kind of a startup specialized in the legal sector, which provide the consumer, even they are lawyers or clients, with some certain legal solutions, such as we said, hunting a legal talent, or find a legal software, or any lawyer that you need for a certain job. And it has been established in San Francisco too, in the United States, in 2011. And it has been funded with $12 million. And also we have a remarkable example too in Salvador, in Brazil. It's called Just Brazil, and it has been established in 2008 in Salvador with a fund $42 million, which is considered a really remarkable startup in the legal industry inside Brazil or Salvador. And now we are going to move into the legal tech. And as we said, the legal tech means it provides solutions, innovative technology solutions for lawyers themselves, which can streamline their work and make it more efficient and more valuable For instance, we have three categories for the legal technology or for the legal tech startups. We have academic and business as a branch, and business as a branch. So we have three branches: academic and business branch, academic branch, and business branch. We are going to speak about three examples for these categories. We have Serious Law School and Boston Consulting Group, and they are dividing the categories into three main elements: substantive law solutions, which is related to the litigation, and collection and analysis, the legal case facts, and the assignment of the legal case facts. And it's almost three levels: advanced support solution and basic support solutions and commoditized law solutions. As we explained before, it's almost about the legal chatbots and legal online marketplaces too. It could be used in this area. And also the second branch, or the second element, is support processes solutions. We can say it's almost about administrations, like the case management, document and knowledge management, the human resources, accounting and billing, finance, business development. And also we could not ignore the legal CRM, which has an indispensable rule in the legal industry too. And we have also enabler, and the enabler, it's almost about the platform and structures such as security and clouding and connectivity. We have also Stanford Legal Codex Database and Stanford Law School in the United States of America, which has divided it into 9 categories: compliance, marketplaces, document automation, practice management, online dispute resolution, online education, e-discovery, analytics, and so on. And also we have Zoe Andrea categories, which are four main elements related to legal commoditizing and legal marketplaces, high-level tools, and also online dispute resolution. We have a prime example about online dispute resolution, which is, we can mention for them by the abbreviation ODR, the Euro ODR, or the European Commission dispute resolution, online dispute resolution. And also we have legal AI, or legal artificial intelligence. And by the way, legal artificial intelligence is just an umbrella. It's a term. We use it as an umbrella. There is no legal artificial intelligence. It's almost a common ground between the algorithms of natural language processing and also machine learning algorithms. But we use it to make it simple and to deliver the information to the audience easily. So we have also here Rose. We have an example for Rose startup. I'm going to open the video for you. Here we can find the services that Rose provides. Is the voice clear?
Yes, Mr. Amr.
That's the okay. As we have seen, we can say the impact of the legal AI startups in the legal industry is an indispensable it couldn't be ignored. And there are a lot of business brought to this area in thanks to the legal startups. And also we here, as we said, we have here the legal AI. And the legal AI is almost about natural language processing, as we said. It's about dividing the words into verbs and nouns and articles to make the system or the algorithms of the machine learning understand our natural language of speech, such as we are speaking now. And also we have two kinds on the machine learning. We use the machine learning algorithms, as we said, and we use two main kinds of the machine learning: the supervised machine learning and the unsupervised machine learning. And absolutely, there is a lot of speech. We can't plummet more and more in each element because the shortage of the time. So we can stop here. And I need to thank I need to thank the organizer of this conference for their efforts and for the honor to be with you. And here we are in the end now.
That was actually a great presentation, Amar. If you are done with the presentation, can you please switch on your webcam? I prefer having face-to-face conversation. Yeah. Actually, I had this question about legal AI. The incoming of the technology in the legal services industry actually made ODR possible. Do you think it can also make online litigation possible internationally? That is.
I'm sorry, but there was interrupting in your voice, so I couldn't catch the question.
Okay. My question was that the introduction of technology in the legal services industry has led to the possibility of online dispute resolution services being available online. Could online litigation services could also come in internationally?
Yes, absolutely. If I understood your question right, because as I told you, there was interrupting in your voice. So your question is the legal AI is used internationally?
Could this legal
This
AI
is your question?
lead to the advent of online litigation services?
Yes, it's not about litigation service, just litigation service. We can use it in advising. We can use it in documentation, the automating of the documents itself. We can transform the whole process of the case management, such as the court system operations, and also it includes also the litigation process. And we can use it in ODRs or automation, e-discovery, electronic discovery, which we can use it in investigation, in the digital investigations related to cyber crimes, and also related to the categories that we have said, such as data protection and of groups of the elements in the legal industry.
Actually, that was precise. I thought maybe online litigation services could be possible at some time of the era in upcoming years. Anyway, I would like to invite the audience to put forward the questions, if any. Bhanwati, Natya, Arshad, no questions out here? I guess most of you are from the legal services industry. You should be having a lot of questions on this topic, especially. No queries.
I have a question.
I guess, yeah.
Yes, so I was wondering if there are any free legal texts as such for research. Essentially, we do not have keywords in all the websites and all the high court research. So do you have, or are there any free softwares or paid softwares as well?
Could you hear me? Does my voice clear?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry, but I have, as I told you, I have some problems with the connection here. I think he was asking about if there is any implementation or legal tech startups for research, for the legal research. Is it true? Okay, yes, we have many startups related to the legal research. We have, for instance, LexisNexis, which provides a wide range of services for the lawyers of the United States of America, and also we have here in Egypt, Lottery, which could use the legal design, which is a branch of the legal technology inside the technology industry. So we can say that the implementation is a wide range. We can use the technology or hire the technology, the innovative technology, to make our work as a lawyers or as a legal practitioners more efficient and more valuable, and also more easier, with reducing the costs of the process itself.
I guess that satisfies the question, Arsha. Great. If there
Yes,
are no
sir.
more questions, Riddhi.
No, no questions. Okay, I would like to thank Mr. Ahmad for his informative speech and request the audience to put forward their queries, if any. Are there any queries?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, Mr. Ahmad, please put down your email ID in the chat box so that if anyone has any question, can directly email you.
Okay, I'm going to leave it in the chat box.
Yeah, yeah. Now I would like to invite Mr. Yash Sanghvi, founder and CEO of Career Incubator, to commence his speech.
Thank you so much, Riddhi and Shravan. I just want to know if everybody can hear me clearly. Perfect. So before I start, I think I am the only one who is going to be a very different approach towards this particular conference, because I'll be talking about the higher education in specific with India and global, policies, right? And what are the new innovations which are happening all over around the world, and how is education being one of the most accessible and convenient business for all the young entrepreneurs, right? So we have been seeing in 2017, 18, 19, 20, pre-COVID and after COVID, there are many variations in the line of the businesses, right? We have been seeing e-commerce starting, then we have been seeing fintech, then we have been seeing food tech, we have seen travel tech, right? But last few years was for pharma tech and ed tech, right? Education and technology. Sorry, hello. Yeah. Okay, so I thought somebody interrupted. Yeah. It was about education technology and pharma tech, right? And in next 5 years, what are the relevant, changes which are going to happen in higher education, in specific, all globally and in India in specific, right? So first of all, let me first introduce the main three pillars of higher education today is MOOC, MOOC, that is massive online open courses. And then there is something known as LMS, Learning Management System, and there is something known as AMS, Assessment Management System, right? These are the new technologies or the new platforms um, which are getting introduced in the new type of education, that every universities are going digital and launching their programs online, right? Earlier we used to see that education was not accessible at home, right? We used to go to the colleges, we used to go to the universities to physically study. But today, the world has changed. We are studying online. We're upskilling online, right? So upskilling would be the exact word where people are upskilling every single day. It's not only for students, but it's for working professionals, for all of us, right? People are doing like for many uh, delegates here. There are many people who would be doing LLM as their masters, right? And it is possible to do LLM at online sitting home. So that was not a possibility earlier. Today, tier 2 and tier 3 cities can also get access to the quality institutions like Ivy educations, Ivy schools, and top tier 1 schools all over the world, right? So we have seen a shift lately after post-COVID, that many of the people are actually taking all the courses in their undergrad or post-grad online, right? So let me first, take you to the new education policy which is just launched in India, and then I will be talking about the global policies, right, and how there are new 2 to 3 concepts in education which are changing the world, right? So it is assumed by 2040, all the higher education institutes will be having around 3,000 students and around 100 plus courses all over the world, right? Uh, there's so there is something known as gross enrollment ratio. I'm very sure many delegates here would be knowing about GDP, right? I don't know how many people are really aware about the gross enrollment ratio. So gross enrollment ratio is exactly a metrics where we actually see how many of the uh, uh, people are actually taking or eligible for higher education and actually finish their higher education, right? So in India, currently we are at a gross enrollment ratio at 26%, and Shri Narendra Modi has actually has a vision to take that to 50% by 2035, right? And the major contribution is coming from the premier institutions, public institutions, and private institutions, right? Uh, there is a major focus on the inclusive curriculum, right? So the curriculum, the inclusive pattern of teaching, right? Everything is going digital. So how do we make sure that the curriculum and the syllabus is actually getting mapped with exact requirement of a learner, right? So there is a huge change and a huge shift which we are seeing in the private institution, right? There are 3 major things which are, as I said, which are going as a new era of learning. So the first one would be the joint degree, right? A person, there are 3 things: a joint degree, a dual degree, and a twin degree, right? So let me introduce what exactly each of this degree means. A twin degree is something where you can actually do a particular program in your host university, and for some period of time you go to the new university abroad, right? It can be somebody from North America and can study in Australia for some time. Like it can be around for 6 months, it can be around for 8 months, depends on host and the host university and the university abroad university which are partnered, right? So a person can now go for 6 months and exchange their credit with the new universities which they are collaborating with. So that's basically a twin degree where I do a particular course. Let's say I'm doing a BBA course or a BMS course in India. So for first 2 years, I'll be doing it in India. For next 8 months, I go to Australia and come back to India and complete it. So that's known as twin degree. Dual degree is something where I do a BBA course, a current degree in particular host university, right? And I also simultaneously learn from a abroad university. So there are 2 types of university, 2 types of degrees which are doing at the same time, which was earlier not possible in India or many parts of the world, right? So you can simultaneously study 2 degrees at a time, right? And the third type of degree is where you can also collaborate with top tier 1 universities for your let's say BBA plus MBA, right? I want to do a BBA plus MBA. So I study my 3 years degree in particular institute, and then I do my MBA in that institute, but with an abroad partner collaborative university. So there is a massive change which we have seen in this particular type of degree, right? That is known as joint degree. So these are the three main introduced type of learning or type of degrees which are changing in 2021, and it will be going till 2050, right? Uh, Also, you can also choose the subjects which you want to study. I want to study only business. I want to study only science, and I want to study law. Right? Earlier, I used to get specialized in one thing, but now I can be jack of all trades. I can study and choose the subjects which I particularly want in my undergrad or schooling. Right? So that's something which is shifting. And the technology which is used, there are two types of technology, which is one is learning management system. I'm very sure many of our delegates have done at least one course in Coursera, Udemy, Udacity, or maybe even Upgrad, right? They are the higher education startups which are changing the world, how they are studying, and it is very convenient for a tier two and a tier three, people or students to learn, right? So they have also targeted the degrees or certifications which are very well relevant in the industry. The former speaker, which just introduced about cybersecurity, right? What are the top five skills which are actually very relevant in the industry today? The first in higher education, right, is data science. So data science, machine learning is leading in the industry today, and many people are taking a transition towards data science and machine learning and AI, right? The second would be product management and project management, right? The third would be digital marketing. Fourth would be computer science, where we are talking about cybersecurity, blockchain, full stack development. And fifth would be somewhere where we are talking about the specialization course like LLM, law, right? We're talking about CFA, CA. So what are the different types of courses which are getting introduced to the LMS or the MOOC way of learning, right? So uh, there was a saying like in 2018 we used to go down and go. I mean, we used to go down and book a cab, right? Now today we can book it from a phone. We used to go to a restaurant and eat the food, right? Now we are ordering it from home. And today, there is no need to go to a university and study. You can actually learn from tier one and tier two universities, or you can study two courses from tier one university, one courses from tier two university, according to your requirements, right? So the education is becoming dynamic and flexible day by day, right? The second thing which I would also like to introduce is the assessment management system. So AMS is something where we are talking about evaluation patterns of, how do teachers and universities are scoring our students, right? So there is a huge scope there where in technology where people are actually digitalizing the examination, right? So what they're doing is they are creating an offline and online way of doing an assessment. So there is something on a psychometric test. They're gamifying the psychometric test, right? So they are using, if you're playing a game on a phone like a PUBG or a 2048, and out of that, how do you analyze your critical thinking? How do you analyze your numerical ability, right? If you're able to, guys, I'm not able to, are you guys able to hear me clearly? Yeah, perfect. So, so what I'm saying is critical thinking and numerical ability, right? So, how do I analyze during my course of learning, right? I don't have to go back and give my aptitude test for this, right? What if there is a feedback given in my 15 years of education, right? If I'm doing 12 plus 3, what if I get a feedback from my university saying, hey, you are good with your creative thinking, you're good with your design thinking. So why not try product management as a course and do a career decision? So this is where the career decisions or there are many technologies getting introduced using blockchain, using cybersecurity, using IoT, right, Internet of Things. into education systems where people are actually scaling up their business. Right, we have seen around 8 unicorns in India, which are all education startups. Right, in last 6 months. So it can be upgrad, it can be emeritus. So there are many education startups. Byju's is leading everywhere, as you know. So starting from school till college till higher education, right? So higher education has totally changed and evolved because they are working professionals. The target market is usually working professionals. I'm doing a job. Earlier, I used to do a job. If I want to study, I don't need to leave my job and go back to campus. Today, it is not needed. I can actually do a job while studying, right? So I can study anytime, anywhere in the world, 24 hours, right? So these are the new types of, I would say there are three main factors. One is affordability, second is convenience, and third is accessibility. If these three factors, if an education company or an education institute is providing, that institute is scaling up with many other courses, and they are bringing new technologies to drive the whole education ecosystem as a whole. In startup ecosystem, I would say in respect with education, there are many incubation centers which are totally focusing on education. Atal Incubation Center. Every university has their own incubation center, which are actually supporting the startups, right? And these startups are actually connected. So if you go to content creation startups, right, where people are creating a lot of content because it's a world where content creation is most important, right? So if you talk about fintech, edtech, food tech, right, everywhere you go on social media, you go off social media, you will see there's a lot of content which is getting created and sold. And the platform which is selling this, not only social media, but they're also doing it by edtech SaaS software, right? Software as a service. So there is many edtech SaaS software which are getting introduced day by day. And at the end, these SaaS softwares are doing a evaluation from a university level till internship and placement, right? So being a Gen X entrepreneur, I think I would be one of the youngest here. I don't know how this is relevant to the whole delegates here, but I'm very sure there is a huge take back here that education as an ecosystem is growing day by day. And education is also connected with all the other ecosystems. It is connected with banking, it is connected with pharma, it is connected with law, it is connected with finance, so it is connected with each and everything, right? So new education policy is going to be, I hope it is getting implemented as soon as possible. On a global level, I would like to speak. There are many other countries apart from, so North America being the leading country into education, right? UK being the second, Dubai, UAE, and India being the front leaders in education, right? Australia. There are many other countries like Israel, right? Uh, 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 Poland, right? There are many other, Russia, right? So they are getting specialized in their own way. They have their own courses and the experiences. So there is something known as international exchange, right, from the college level, which is getting implemented. Now, what if there is a compulsion, right? You're studying and you need to take an exposure in any other country in your own course, right? So if you're opting for one particular course and there is like something known as immersion programs, there's something known as student exchange programs, study abroad programs, right? These are also getting in, and they are a 20 billion market, USD, right? USD.
Excuse me, yes. If you could just wrap it up in 2 minutes, we have got other speakers.
Sure. So yeah. So concluding on that part, I would say that there's a huge scope in education industry, and if you, I mean, I'm in the industry for last 7 years, right? I've been leading one of the edtech startups in India, and I was a consultant at one of the unicorn in India, right? So we have been developing and creating the courses, we have been creating the assessment, we have been creating the policies, laws behind it. So if you guys are interested, to talk, I'm always open. I'll drop my email ID in the chat, and we can definitely take this ahead. And thank you so much, Riddhi and Shravan, to invite me for this conference.
Yeah.
Thank you so
That
much.
was a great speech, yes, actually. However, I would like to request you to share your email ID in the chat box so that anyone can mail you for queries. Okay? Yeah, that would be great. Riddhi?
Now I would like to thank Mr. Sangli for his fabulous speech and request the attendees to put forward their queries, if any, in the chat box and email it to Mr. Yash. And further, going on, I would like to invite Dr. Alok Kumar Yadav, Assistant Professor at Lucknow University, to commence his speech.
Riddhi, Mr. Yadav has not yet joined. He's having network issues. You can call Mr. Yadav.
Okay, fine. I would like to request Mr. Sabyasachi Behera, Assistant Professor at Sambalpur University, to commence his speech.
Good evening all,
Good evening.
and namaste to all the guests. Okay, I'm Sabyasachi Behera. Actually, since 2008, I'm into law teaching only. So I have cleared the UGC NET examination. Then I took spent around 6 years in research. Okay, PhD. Then right now I'm working as an ad hoc professor in a state university. So today's theme, I will share some of my experiences regarding the quality of student we are producing right now in legal field, and what any startup or any educational related to legal field, anything if the student want to do after passing out from the colleges, what are the opportunities and what are the challenges for him right now? Since I have been teaching in this field since various colleges, small, big colleges I have taught. So I have got some experiences. The situation of legal education in India is very challenging right now, because the situation, BCI, Bar Council of India, has submitted an affidavit before Supreme Court of India that there should be an immediate action, should take the immediate action against 500 law colleges which are operating almost illegally. So we are producing a lot of students. I can give example of various colleges where they admit the student, then they give the certificate. In between, the student is not trained for anything. Neither he attended a class, neither he has been groomed for any activity, nor his ability or quality regarding legal education or interest regarding legal education is ascertained. Like we have Medical Council of India, MCI. So same way we have Bar Council of India, but the difference is that legal education is considered as a basic education in India, is not at all recognized as a good professional education. So mushrooming law college is a big problem of India. We have to cut down the student strength up to 50 to 90%, in my view, to sustain future prosperity of our legal education, because except few national law universities, all the institutions which are operating in India are controlled by few faculties who do not have any position requisite qualification. If you audit the faculty member, 90% faculty member do not possess requisite qualification, that is UGC NET or PhD qualification. That is minimum qualification mandated by UGC. They do not have that qualification, and they are teaching the student. So when you impart a subject like law, which is not only vast but also complex subject, without any good faculty or good infrastructure, without a proper management, how could your output will be good? So whatever we are talking here about startups and everything, end of the day, the quality counts. Whenever there is quality, there will be demand. whenever there is no quality, there will be no demand. So when a AIB exam, it is also open book exam. It need to be reformed. Why you are taking an exam which is open book? So what is the value of that exam? Every random person is passing out that exam. So he is becoming a lawyer. So when he goes before a magistrate, he has who has cleared the State Public Service Commission and become a magistrate, he fumbles and the future of his career comes at a stake. So, in my view, various law, I have into law teaching only. I never practiced in any court or never gone to any lawyer's chamber. But I have seen my students becoming judges and good lawyers. Very few. Only if you count 2-3%. Okay. What is the behind that? If you are talking about startups, taking our legal field into a next generation, 21st centuries, or what we are taking about quality of law colleges. We have to improve at par with the medical colleges or engineering colleges, top colleges. My view is that is the only view I would share here. My experience, I have 14 years experience, that only if you will produce quality legal professional and less legal professional. We don't need this kind of fraud right now. We have to cut down at least 80% of seats in India right now. Those who are passing out from these law colleges, who have dubious law colleges, neither they have any faculty, neither it is any infrastructure, and the malpractice thing, what happens in India. They just don't know ABCD of law. They come to the examination hall. Teacher provide them everything. So my view is that if we have to see the future of young people who are 21, 22, 23 years, only way to save this profession, that there should be a stringent audit by Bar Council of India. It has to be very stringent, at par with Medical Council of India. Recently, Medical Council of India straightforwardly in an affidavit said that Supreme Court, we cannot accommodate 20,000 people who have gone to Ukraine. It is not our problem. Only who have scored high in NEET examination, who are talented people, should come to medical field. So why not in legal field? What is the problem? Why you are opening mushrooming law college in every in a metro city? If you will go, you will find 10 or 15 law colleges. What is the requirement? What they will do after passing out from these law colleges? So my only view, my personal experience, that you cut down the seats and admit highly skilled people into law colleges, and create law colleges which are maintained by well-trained faculties who can give them some future to the student. Otherwise, after independence, we are seeing the profession will never improve. Thank you all.
Mr. Bahira, according to your speech, as we have these challenges in the legal education sector especially, maybe some auditing startups taken by students and run by auditors definitely could bring better measure, change, a transformational change definitely in the legal services industry. Do you think that is possible?
Look, whenever you go, what happens to a young mind? I am 43 years old. But when I teach a student who is a 20-year or 18-year BBA LLB student, what happens that after completing their 10+2, their parents said that you choose this field as law or legal education. But everybody's interest is different. Okay, when you are teaching to a young mind about the text which has been written in the law, you have to be very creative or innovative. Okay, so state universities lack the faculties, they lack infrastructure, they lack everything, and government is not adhered to legal education also. Okay, that is also government is taking a blind eye, like BCI. You pay the fees, annual fees, you open a law college. Whether you have one room, whether you have two rooms, your law college will be recognized. Why it is not in medical field? So my view to all the people who are listening to me, that when you are choosing your profession, okay, as a legal profession, it is a profession which has been practiced by Muhammad Ali, Jinnah, or I think Mahatma Gandhi and Lala Lajpat Rai, eminent lawyers, they were Nehru. But in that time, very few people choose this profession. Right now, what happens, it has been become a business to open law colleges, extract heavy fees from the students and give them certificate. This is the thing, we have to restrict this mushrooming law colleges situation, and we should, Supreme Court should look into the matter, like quality of legal education. When we produce quality of people, young people, automatically new startup will come, everything will streamline. Okay, when you go to national law schools, you will see how wonderful the students are. Okay, they are very much in confidence. Everywhere they go, they even 18 hours a day. They put 18 hours a day while they practice, because practicing as a lawyer is very tedious and needs a lot of hard work. Okay, the most hardworking job, I think, is the work of a lawyer. He wake up at the 6 o'clock, go to prepare himself for the routine, and go to the court, appear before the magistrate, come to his house at 5, then also he sit in the chamber and prepare for next day. So the most prestigious and most recognized profession is a profession of a lawyer. Even the judges are not that much recognized. So why we are putting this profession, so beautiful profession, into so low quality law colleges which are mushrooming everywhere, and they are recruiting faculties who are BA LLB. Can you imagine a faculty who is a BA LLB is teaching postgraduate law students? And if you will go to PhD level education or NET or whatever the mandated by UGC, you will find nobody. Nobody has acquired the qualification which is required, because legal research is also in India is a nonsense stage. Nobody is interested to do research, because I know various challenges are there. So when you acquire a PhD degree from a university, state university also, it is very tedious job. So I think we need a lot of modification in legal education. So if Bar Council of India will not act right now, then the future is almost a doom for all law students, except few who are enrolling themselves in premier law colleges like National Law School. Next, all law colleges, they face a lot of challenges in their life. Because if you are not trained to be a lawyer, how could you, everything needs skill. Why Western countries are so prosperous, and because of skill only. Highly skilled manpower and hard-working honesty. These three things makes prosperity to a country. If you are honest, if you are hardworking, and if you are disciplined, and if you are skilled in your field, then you will prosper in life. Nobody can challenge you throughout your life. That's all. Thank you for giving me opportunity. I have shared few things, because I have worked in very poor law colleges who have paid me 2,000, 3,000 rupees per month. Right now I am earning around 50K. So I have a lot of experience gone through my career, 14 years career. So I have delivered my views regarding this. Thank you all.
That was a great speech, Mr. Bahira. Unfortunately, I guess the legal services sector, especially the education part of sector that concerns the industry, could be like doing quite good with quite a lot of innovative startups coming in there. And especially if the auditing projects are taken over from the government for the startups instead of government auditors acting over them. Anyway, I would like to thank you for your speech. And I would like to request the HRM to kindly share the link for the certificates. Yeah, attendees, the links for the certificates is here. You may fill it to get your certificate successfully.
Thank you, sir.
I would like to further thank all our fellow speakers for today. The speeches are awesome, and definitely they helped us gain an insight in different industries at the same time while we are prospecting upon different aspects of innovative entrepreneurship. Further, I would like to request all to stay tuned, subscribe to our YouTube channel for further conferences that we're going to host in future. Thank you. Have a great day. And yeah, do stay tuned.